Hello guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, I present you Hollama. Hollama is a simplistic, minimalistic web UI for Ollama. Ollama is one of the easiest and fastest tool to run large language models in small format on your local system. I have covered Ollama heaps of times on the channel, so if you want to know more about Ollama, is how to install it, what exactly uh, Ollama is and how to integrate it with a lot of other services, please search the channel. If you're just starting out, as a quick review, if you are running Windows, Linux, Mac, you can install it. Go to their website, which is ollama.com, click on download, and then just for Linux, use this command to install it. For Windows, download this exe, and same for the Mac. I am using Ubuntu 22.04, so I already have downloaded and installed this Ollama. Now coming back to Hollama, because Ollama is a CLI tool, it's a terminal tool. So a lot of people have developed web user interface on top of Ollama, and we have covered quite few. And in this video, we are going to cover this Hollama, which is again a free local open source tool. And a good thing about Hollama is that it is very lightweight and it does only few things. It doesn't try to do everything, so which makes it quite easy to use if you're just looking for a web user interface. So we are going to install it and we are going to integrate it with Ollama locally on our system. Privately, your data doesn't go anywhere, it stays on your local system. Before I show you the installation, let me give a huge shout out to Mast Compute who are sponsoring the VM and GPU for this video. If you are looking to rent a GPU on affordable prices, I will drop the link to their website in video description. Plus, I'm also going to give you a coupon code of 50% discount on a range of GPUs, so do check them out. And this is the VM which I'm using, Ubuntu 22.04, and this is my GPU card, NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. Let me clear the screen. Just to keep everything nice, simple and separate, I always use Conda. You can even use virtual environment from Python, but I prefer Conda as it is more comprehensive. So first up, let me create a Conda environment. I'm calling it Hollama with Python 3.11, and make sure that you have Python 3.11 installed. That is all done. Now, one of the prerequisites this Hollama requires is Docker. So I already have Docker installed. If you don't know what Docker is, how to install it, plus please search my channel. I already have covered it in a very easy tutorial as how to install Docker, how to use it. It just makes it everything containerized, so you don't have to worry about a lot of dependencies. Okay, so Docker is there. I already have Ollama, and this is my Ollama, which is running a couple of models at the moment, Mistral and Llama 3. If you have just installed Ollama as I showed you earlier and you want to run a model such as Mistral, simply do Ollama pull Mistral and it is going to download the model for you. If you want to interactively run the model, simply do Ollama run Mistral and it is going to open a prompt like this, which you will see shortly. It is loading it at the moment. Sometime first time it takes bit of a time. There you go. So you can just talk with the model here with the Mistral. There you go. So let me exit out of it and clear the screen. So we have Ollama installed already. We have our models. We have Docker installed. All the prerequisites are there. Let's now install our Ollama. Now in order to install Ollama, all you need to do is to run this Docker command. This Docker command is running this Docker image, which will be downloaded and run, and the port mapping for the local port and container port is at 4173. So let me run it. Okay, so you might also get this error when you would be running it first time. So for this, because we are running it in the Conda environment or virtual environment, we need to give permissions in Linux to this sock file. So let me show you how you do that. So we need to run this docker.sock with the permission. We are setting it to 666. That is good. Let me clear the screen. And now let me run that docker command again. So I have run it because it's not present on my local system. So it is downloading it and running it. Let's wait for it to pull all the images and then it's all done. and now it has also started it in the background. So go to your browser in your local system, open a new tab, and then just type localhost at port 4173, press enter, and there you go. This is our Hollama running here. And then you can, this is a new session. If you click on new session, you can select your model, or you can go to the knowledge and settings. If you click on dark on the bottom left, it will be set to the light, the dark theme, which I always prefer. Now on the top right, it is connected, which means that your Ollama is running fine at your default port 11434. If for some reason you have installed Ollama on any other port or any other server, you can even access it remotely by just specifying it here. Okay, so if you click on models drop down, you see it has already populated this drop down with Mistral and Llama 3. We already have it, so you can select any of the model, and then you can, so this is a model which we have um, selected here. These are in the settings. So go back to the session, new session, and this is our session. Here our Mistral is selected, and then I will tell you knowledge shortly. So if you want to talk it, you can talk here. You can say what is happiness, and then you can simply run it. And let me make it smaller so that it will fit in the screen and you will be able to see it. So there you go. So I asked a question, it has used my local Mistral model to give me the answer here. Now if I ask it here, who is Fahad Mirza and where does he live, and then if I click on run here, so you see it is just saying Fahad Mirza, Pakistani American screenwriter, which is not me. Now that is where you can use knowledge. You can create a new knowledge by clicking here, and you can call it Fahad Mirza, and then from here you can just give it information about myself. So you see that I have just populated this text box in the content with my own information, what I am, where I live, and all that stuff, and then I have saved it here. So the knowledge is saved. So if you go back to the sessions, you can either go on with the existing session, you can even delete it if you like. Let me delete it, and that's gone. Click on new session, maybe select this time Llama 3. For the knowledge, select Fahad Mirza, and then you can ask it who is Fahad Mirza and where does he live, and then run it here. Hopefully it is going to use the knowledge and then give us the, there you go. So according to the provided context, Fahad Mirza is popular YouTuber, and previously this was not this Mistral was telling me about that some American screenwriter, but now instead of going outside or it's its own training corpus, it is just using the context which I have provided. So it's a very minimalistic sort of how should I put it, drag there. So really good tool, really like it. I mean, especially for a lightweight Ollama interface, because I use Ollama a lot and I show you a lot of models with Ollama. So maybe this is another good way of doing it in the GUI if you don't want to use CLI. So really good tool. I'm going to drop the link to this Hollama in video's description. Play around with it. Let me know what you think. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.